He is vengeance. He is the Knight. He is quite possibly the most popular superhero of all time. He is, of course, Batman. But how much do you really know about the Caped Crusader's beginnings? And no, I don't mean his origin story. I think we all know that. I'm not talking about that fateful night in the alleyway. I'm talking about the Batman comic books that gave us the Dark Knight himself. Originally called The Batman, the character made his debut in Detective Comics number 27 in 1939 and was so successful he received his own spin-off title just a year later. Though he was created by writer-artist Bob Kane, Batman's success can largely be attributed to his partner Bill Finger, who wrote the script for Batman's debut comic. Finger also created the character's detective persona, alter ego, Gotham City, the Batmobile, the Batcave, Robin's backstory, and many of the series' villains. Unfortunately, Bob Kane received sole credit for the character for many years, and Finger was not given his due credit until after his death, more than 50 years after the character's debut.
It's about what's fair!
What Bob Kane did contribute, however, was the very first design of the Batsuit, which was quickly denounced by Finger. Originally bright red in color with stiff wings attached to the arms, Finger gave the character a darker suit and a cape inspired by a sketch of a flying device drawn by Leonardo da Vinci. His other additions included giving Bruce Wayne dark hair, gloves to conceal the sleuth's fingerprints, and a cowl that protected both Bruce Wayne's head and identity. Batman's personality, both in and out of the costume, was ripped straight from the pages of other popular pulp comics at the time. Finger has said that the character's detective persona was inspired by Lee Falk's popular comic strip character, the Phantom, as well as the Scarlet Pimpernel, the Shadow, Doc Savage, Dick Tracy, and Sherlock Holmes.
And the bat motif, most surely inspired by some childhood trauma. The masked bat, perhaps?
Actually, it's Batman.
The 1920 film The Mark of Zorro in particular influenced Finger to give the character a special symbol to mark his work, as well as the character's use of a secret identity in public. The name of that alter ego, Bruce Wayne, was derived from the Scottish patriot Robert Bruce and Mad Anthony Wayne, an American leader during the Revolutionary War. In the early days of Batman comics, much of what we know about the character was very different. With the exception of Snyder's Batfleck, every interpretation of the character has maintained a consistent rule against killing. But maybe Snyder was onto something. After all, Batman originally had no problem killing criminals. Some of the first deaths he contributed to included punching henchmen into vats of acid and shooting them with machine guns. In fact, his moral maxim of never killing wasn't added as some character development in response to his violent past. It was just a simple way for writers to ensure that his most popular villains could reappear. Another essential aspect of the Batman mythos is the Batmobile, which made its debut in 1941, not as an all-black stealth vehicle, but as a 1936 red Ford convertible. Bruce Wayne's butler, Alfred Pennyworth, also underwent some significant changes. From his first appearance in the Batman comics until his reintroduction in the Silver Age comics, he was portrayed as an overweight, idiotic comic relief. Even Batman's home of Gotham City wasn't named until Batman number 4 in 1940. Before that, it was stated that Batman lived in Metropolis or New York City. Though, it's still unclear where Gotham is located. Based on geographical clues, most fans have placed it somewhere around New Jersey.
One semester we took criminology, for Christ's sakes. What the are we training to be, Batman?
Not all of Batman's early history has changed over the years. In most comic book adaptations, the secret passageway to the Batcave can only be accessed if the hands of the grandfather clock are turned at 1047, the time Bruce Wayne's parents were murdered. His gadgets also remain pretty consistent. While he doesn't have much use for shark repellent anymore, he does have lead weights attached to the bottom of his cape to prevent it from blowing up in his face. In his utility belt, he carries batarangs, bat darts, a bat goo gun, a bat lasso, countless other bat-related objects, and a marble to simulate the sound of someone walking when he drops it down the stairs, which he more than likely thinks of as a bat marble.
Never leave the cave without it.
One of the more interesting objects in the belt, however, is a kryptonite ring, which he carries in a lead-lined pouch. This was given to him by Superman in case he ever turns villainous and the duo must battle. Speaking of Superman, Clark Kent's birthday is on February 29th, just 10 days after the Caped Crusaders on February 19th. Perhaps Bruce sends a birthday card to Clark's office at the Daily Planet, which, by the way, is owned and operated by the entertainment division of Wayne Enterprises. That's it for this edition of Nerdy Facts Presents. Feel free to share our video or comment below on which of these 3 topics you'd like to see covered next.